Hi, here we are again with a few more stories of the Show Your Hope mobile exhibition live from Alcatraz and live or semi-live or afterwards on your internet. And I have here this painting of a man called Robert Poorman. And Robert Poorman came to my house to pick up a panel because he thought, I have a good idea. But then he came to my house and he saw there's already 200 good ideas. So he walked home and he checked our website to see what is the project exactly about. And there he saw the project is called 80 Questions Around the World. 80 questions. Don't you think this is an awful lot of questions? I said, no man, 80 questions, just one parody on Jules Verne's 80 Days Around the World in my language that even rhymes. He says, well, if I would have 80 questions, I would get crazy, completely, for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised that on those days where the sun is not shining and the pressure is on your shoulders, those 80 questions might also be pushing you. That's why he says, I make this painting specially for you, so you can explain to the people. What you see here is 11 times 7, 77 portraits. That's why the painting is called 77 Answers. He says, I hope now we can concentrate on the three most important questions. and that was a good help indeed, because otherwise this performance might take 3 hours. But now it will be only 31 minutes. Hello, Robert Poorman. Good to see you here. We can pick anything, but since you are not here, and you are not pointing and shouting and so on, I will pick one for you, okay? Let's go to Scotland. In Scotland, we got this fantastic painting. One of the first paintings where the color you see most is blue. Well, there is no blue in nature. So that was already interesting. And it was funny. I called a guy, he lives in The Hague, and I called him and I said to him, you want to participate? Yes, okay. And then, okay, I will send you a panel. But I called him Thursday, and Friday I was busy. And Saturday the post is closed, and Sunday as well. So I sent it on Monday, and he received it on Tuesday or Wednesday. And he says, that is a problem, you know, because I'm an artist. Every day, one good idea. So by the time this little panel arrived, I already had 5 ideas. But I have only one panel. Now what to do? Again, I must go and make a decision. And then, so it's always about making decisions. It's always about making decisions. And now you said, now many people think that this old man and woman must make a decision to go left or right. But in fact, you know, it is more or less a little bit different. Because, in fact, once, long time ago, this man and this woman already made the decision to go and live together. So they will go left or right together whatsoever. What you see here is very old hope, but it's still working. Actually, maybe, just for my little personal opinion, this is one way how to change hope into reality, because that is finally what we're looking for. We have gathered 20 years of hope. Let's go and make 20 years of reality with all that hope. That will be a nice world, isn't it? But until that time, we go and have to look at another painting. Let's go. Where shall we go? I like to show you this painting, but you didn't notice, but this painting was upside down. And actually, if you focus and you get into it, then you might be able to read it, but I have not succeeded except there. It says, and gently my guitar weeps. Oh, inspired by music. Gert uit Genk, Belgium guy. Nice painting. Beautiful painting. So many good paintings. Let us take this and let us explain a very little. People ask me, how do you get all the stories? But actually it's very simple, because especially in Amsterdam, because what you do, you invite an artist, you send him at the panel, half a year later you go to his house, he or she will talk an hour for sure, you delete 57 minutes and you got a story of 3 minutes. It's simple, eh? It works everywhere except in India, because India is completely strange. Everything is different there. India is not a country but a subcontinent for very good reasons. And there I got this painting from this man called Sagar Kondeval. And Sagar, he was kind of, how to say it was kind of strange. He came in this door of this gallery where we were. He opens the door, he makes a bow, he comes to me, he hands me this painting in plastic, he makes another bow, and he mumbles something like, who the hell is Sagar Kondeval that he can participate in such a beautiful project? Thank you very much, thank you very much. He makes another bow, hands me over the painting, and he walks away. Meanwhile, I unwrap the painting and I see this. And I say, hey, Mr. Kondeval, could you please, do you have some time? Can I ask you something? And Mr. Kondeval says, I don't know. Okay, but can I ask you a question about the painting? I don't know. Does the painting have a title? I don't know. Maybe he don't know because he doesn't speak English. That could be possible. It turns out to be, it seems that he speaks a very little. But okay, so I keep on asking, and I use all my charm and talents and experience to ask him a little bit. And I ask him, so what is about this woman and this lotus flower? And then all of a sudden, after quite some time, all of a sudden he says, painting called Romantic. Okay, the painting is called Romantic. At least we're getting somewhere. So I keep on asking and I keep on asking, but the man says, I don't know, and I ask him another thing and he must go and talk with his colleague, and it takes time, and usually I'm quite patient. I try to be very patient, but in this case, normally you speak with people 10 minutes, but in his case, after 45 minutes, he only says, painting called Romantic. So what to do, you know? So, and I ask him about, what is about this woman? I don't know. And then finally, I push a little more and he says, woman wait for man. I think, now I got you, huh? I mean, if you are starting to do language, I will do language too. So I'm very curious. Is this woman waiting for a man or waiting for her man? It's only a very little difference, but it's a big difference in language, isn't it? And the guy, he had to go and ask his colleague again, and it took a while. And then I really lost my patience, and I made a little nasty joke, and I said, maybe she hopes that he doesn't have a headache. And the guy looks at me and he says, oh, that's a good joke. Keep that up. So this is how you get stories. Sometimes it happens like that. Why not? This is actually an introduction for the next painting I want to show you. This is a painting by Matteo De Cecco, and he's one of those cartoonists from Slovenia, and the project is called Show Your Hope, but he was looking into future, and he says, shove your hope, you man, shove it up your ass. You can forget all about it, what you hope for. Let's go for reality. I just told you that, but he already did years before. He's eating popcorn. I mean, the people are made into popcorn and then he eats it. Actually, that was kind of interesting to realize, to make selections all around the world and also all around Balkans, and we realized in Slovenia they made the most strong political stories. So my compliments for Slovenia. But this was an introduction for another story of my big friend Salvatore Cercio. Let's go and see what he made. It's over there. And this is the painting of Salvatore Cercio. And well, you see what I see. You see a businessman because he has a tie. It's actually a beautiful tie. If I would be a businessman, I would like to have a tie like this as well. But the businessman doesn't look so good, and he's angry. And Salvatore, the maker, Salvatore Cercio, he's from Philadelphia. And actually, I met him in the weeks that the Occupy movement was going on, and he wanted to go there because the Occupy movement, that was a movement to occupy Wall Street and skip all the mega billion dollars for investors and just give it to society, But anyway, and he was speaking but he couldn't go there because I was his guest and he was going to see me, so he couldn't go there. So he made this painting about it, and he was speaking about this businessman, and he became angry and more angry about this businessman who's continuously pushing and pushing, and meanwhile I thought by myself, okay, but why does he put ketchup on his face? And then, when you start looking really carefully to this ketchup bottle, you realize that this is a human being, head chopped off, and the businessman is squeezing the last drips out of it because the businessman has just learned every year 3% more. But now we're broke, we have nothing. So how can he take 3% more every time when we have nothing? And so this was this whole situation. He became more angry and angry with it. And meanwhile, I was kind of surprised with this ketchup. Oh, damn, this is not ketchup, this is human being. But he says, luckily, there's also the eye that sees everything. And who owns the eye that sees everything? I can tell you, when you ask this question in Tunisia, then they will say God. So I changed my story. There's two eyes that see everything. One is from God, and the other one is owned by who? By us, the people, because we know what's going on, isn't it? And I can assure you, my friends, now I'm telling you this on this camera, but when we tell this in front of audience, 50% of the people says yes. They nod yes. They know what is going on. So, we all know what is going on. This is going on. Businessman being angry and not getting enough. Oh, what a world. What I would also like to show you is some other thing. Because there is many people, they want to know something about this painting, which is not a painting, with sweeties. And actually this is a painting made by Bob van Persie. Do you know anything about football? There is a famous football player from Holland, his name is Robin van Persie. And this is his father. And his father always hoped that his son was going to be an artist as well. But the kid only wanted to play football. And father was sometimes getting a little tired of it. However, when the kid was 18 years old, he got a professional contract at Feyenoord. And of course, the father wants his son to be okay, so he accepts this. And okay, if you want to be professional football player, you will be, I hope you are a good one. And he became a good one. He became actually one of the world famous football players in his time. And then Bob says, and then I could go to any football match that I wanted, because my son always have connections or coins or tickets. I always get there, but I must arrange it a few months before, always. And I want to go with my friends, but my friends do not always want to go there. I said, no, really not? No, they are afraid of hooligans. Serious? Yes, I don't understand this, he says. Because when I'm in the big stadiums, I never see them fighting with each other, but I always see them singing against each other. And that is beautiful. So when I'm in these big stadiums in Manchester, München, or Milan, I'm not watching the football game. Football is boring, I'm watching the people, because the people is always good. And I say to him, Bob, that's a nice story, but what is the relation with hope? And the guy says, oh, sorry, I forgot. You know what? Let's see these people 5 minutes before the beginning of the match. Then everybody's full of hope, even if it is not football, but volleyball or hockey or whatever. 5 minutes before the beginning of the match, the audience is always full of hope that their team is going to win. So in fact, you're looking here at one of the most innocent paintings from the whole collection. Bob van Persie. Nice guy. Friendly man, friendly man. Do we have to show you something more? What can be told? I think we will end up maybe with this one in this small presentation. And this is a painting made by a good friend of mine, Vincent Dams. And Vincent actually is a fantastic painter. He can make posters, he can make paintings. He's always with funny ideas, and actually he's also a very good writer, in my opinion. He should do that more, but when he writes more, then you see less of his work. And I invited him one day to make a painting for this project, and he carefully accepted the invitation, but he really, really did not want to go and explain anything. So he made a little trick. What did he do? He made my portrait. He used my name, but my name means not only voorbij, but it also means afterwards or past, something like this. Voorbij is my hope. It means something like, my hope is gone. It means something like this. And he gave it to me on my birthday. And so I asked him, well, the official protocol is that we make a picture of the artist with the painting in his hand, and we make a registration formula. And I want to ask you, can you tell me something? What is the relation between the image and the hope? And he says, you're not going to interview me about a birthday present, are you? Huh. It is up to them, of course. The artists know what to do with this. So, actually, I wanted to tell you, good people, let's make a last final joke, okay? Why not? So this is personally one of my favorite paintings, made by a lady, Maggie van Zon. She's a nice old friend of mine, and she doesn't call herself an artist because she makes only sometimes artistic things when she wants, but she's not really like continuously trying to make something. She's creative on her way. And she said, you know what? My friend helped you to make these panels. So what did we do? We cut out here, and then we can glue it. And what is cut it out, I have used here again. And so I started, but I wasn't really satisfied. And I'm really not strong in doing themes and subjects, so I wasn't thinking about this at all. In other words, I was finished and not satisfied. So I had to start all over again, and I tried to think about hope. But I had to think about a boat. I said, what do you mean, boat? Yeah, you know, I had to think about the Arch of Noah or something, or suppose you're going to immigrate to Argentina, you put all your stuff on a boat and you hope that it will arrive. Maybe my painting is not about hope, but it's more about trust. That could be possible. Meanwhile, she says, my second painting that I made, I think about this boat, but this boat I'm talking about is this big. That's why this painting is called Container. Artist Solutions. Go for creativity, be nice in your heart, and spread the word to everybody, and you know what are the good things of life. I have no more to say. This little beautiful project is finished, if you ask me, but you can always find some on the internet, you can see some films, you can ask some stories. If you have questions, you just call or write or send a postcard or something like this. And keep in mind, be good, be nice. Ciao, ciao.